Hi, my name is Mary Hall. I'm wife to Brandon Hall and mom to little Reed Hall. One of my favorite things about being a Christian is that it gives the natural sufferings of life a reason. It gives them a purpose. I think the definition of torture is purposeless suffering. And so being a Christian, we have a beautiful opportunity to follow the way Christ has laid out for us in Scripture, taking up our cross and following Him. And so preparing for labor as a first-time mom recently, just about 5 months ago, I was really trying to see what Christ wanted for me, see His examples in the Scripture. And so I started immersing myself. And some of the things that brought me a lot of peace about having this cross were Romans 8:18, which was, "What we suffer now cannot compare to the glory that will be revealed to us." That gave me so much peace. I think the suffering of labor is so beautiful because you know at the end of it you get a really cool prize. It's not just something that causes you pain and suffering and never ends. You know, there is an end to it, and there is an immediate gratification at the end. And this helps us to persevere and keep going and knowing that it's going to be worth it. In the Chaplet of Divine Mercy with meditations on the Passion that was given to Sister Faustina, Jesus said, "I shall give you a small portion of my passion. Do not be afraid, be brave. Do not seek relief, but accept everything with submission to my will." And then Faustina said that as he left her, she began to experience the Passion, like she was there. And one of the things that she said, that in the course of those sufferings, her love grew immeasurably. And what a beautiful way to begin parenthood, but to have that love grow. One of the other things that I drew a lot of inspiration from was the Divine Mercy Chaplet. St. Faustina had a few visions on this, and specifically on the Passion. She saw a multitude of souls crucified like Him, then a second and a third multitude. The second were not nailed to their crosses, but were holding them firmly in their hands. The third were not nailed to their cross, nor holding them firmly in their hands, but were dragging their crosses behind them and were discontent. And then Jesus said, "Do you see these souls? Those who are like me in pain and contempt that they suffer will be like me in glory, and those who are less like me in suffering will bear less resemblance to me in my glory." And I just thought, what a beautiful call to take up that cross. You know, this beautiful cross that's naturally inlaid to the vocation of marriage is the suffering of labor. And, you know, suffering in labor is intense, but it is intensely good, especially whenever we have that direction of being like Christ. You know, and He tells us, especially, you know, when He instituted the Eucharist, like, "This is my body given up for you." And so in that way, we get to imitate Him. And that suffering is something that, you know, no matter how your labor goes, how you're able to embrace that cross, that's just the beginning of the cross, the beautiful cross that is parenthood. You get to continue, you know, getting up at night and, you know, serving and loving your little one. It doesn't end just with labor. And so all these things, regardless of what happened in your labor, these are beautiful things that you can think about when that natural suffering appears and you have that opportunity to be like Christ in His glory.